Hello and welcome back to my channel, Language Learning with Laura J. Today we have another video in our Present Simple series, and we're going to be talking about asking questions using the present simple tense. Let's jump right in. When asking a question in the present simple, we need to use an auxiliary verb, do or does, followed by the subject, then the verb, and any extra information we need to know about. We always follow a question with a question mark when we are writing. So how do we decide whether to use do or does? Do is used when the subject is I, you, we, or they. Does is used when the subject is he, she, or it. Our subject tells us who the question is about. Our verb tells us the action of the sentence. And then again, additional information answers questions like what, where, when, why, and how. So let's build a sentence using the verb like and the subject the kids. As we saw a few minutes ago, the kids is a group of children that does not include me, so I'm going to use the pronoun they as my subject. Since we need to use the pronoun to decide whether we use do or does, let's write down our subject first. They. Since they is not third person singular, we're going to choose to start our question with do. Do they. Our verb is like. We never change the verb after do or does. We always use the base verb. And then finally, the extra information. What are we asking about the kids? What do we want to know? So do they like chocolate? So our question is, do they like chocolate or do the kids like chocolate? And you'll notice we have a question mark at the end of our written question. That's very important when you are writing in English. Let's try to build a question with the verb eat and the subject she. We're going to put our subject first because it helps us decide whether we use do or does. She is third person singular, so we're going to choose does. Again, we do not need to change the verb. So if you said eat, you are incorrect. We need to take off that S and it stays in the base form. We always use the base form of the verb after do or does in a question. And then the extra information that we are asking about. So does she eat what? Does she eat fish? So our sentence is, does she eat fish? Again, we have some common mistakes when it comes to creating questions using the present simple. For example, adding S to verbs after do or does. Does he walks to the store? That's not correct. We don't need that S. We are only using the base form of the verb after do or does. So our question would be, does he walk to the store? Another common mistake is using does when do is needed, or vice versa. For example, does they like soccer? We chose the wrong form of the auxiliary verb here. It should be do. Do they like soccer? We use do because they is not third person singular. So exercise 1. Imagine that you want to make a surprise dinner for your friend Anna. You need to ask her mom if she eats chicken. So your verb is eat and your subject is Anna. Pause the video and build your sentence. So in this case, our subject is Anna, which is she. Anna is a woman's name. So our subject is going to be she. We use the subject to decide whether to use do or does. Since she is third person singular, we're going to use does. Our verb is eat. And remember, we don't change the verb after do or does. It stays in the base form. And then we want to know the extra information is what do we want to know if she eats? We want to know if she eats chicken. So our sentence is, does she eat chicken? Remember, when we're writing in English, we always put a question mark at the end of our question. Let's look at exercise 2. Your teacher wants to ask you if you walk to school. Our verb is walk and our subject is you. Pause the video and write a question using the verb walk and the subject you. Okay, so our subject is you. We're going to put that in first because we need to use that to decide do or does. You is not third person singular, so we're going to use do. Our verb is walk, and then the teacher wants to know if we walk to school. So that's going to be our extra information. Our question is, do you walk to school? Always add your question mark at the end. I hope this video has helped you better understand present simple tense. If you like and subscribe, you'll get notified when I post new videos. Thank you.